I think there's multiple elements to this. One of them is recognize how quickly you build trust with people when you're on stage. To do that for ads, you're going to spend a lot of money. And I know because I run ads as well. But it's like you need these multiple touch points. And to start with, people don't care when they first start seeing you.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and wisdom of how they sold their first million.
And it's so embedded in our unconscious mind that we don't even know that it's there, because it has been seeded from the people that we love the most, which is our parents, our protectors. They are telling us that it is bad to speak with strangers, because and now you go in business, which you have to do a lot of selling or public speaking. I mean, in business you need to speak one-to-one several times to make your first sale. But now public speaking, you need to speak not with one stranger, we need to speak with hundreds of strangers at the time. So that accumulating fear is what is stopping the most entrepreneurs. So Miroslav, what the process or what message do you have for entrepreneurs out there? They are missing opportunities, they're missing the chances to grow their business just because of fear.
Yeah, I think there's multiple elements to this. One of them is recognize how quickly you build trust with people when you're on stage. To do that for ads, you're going to spend a lot of money. And I know because I run ads as well. But it's like you need these multiple touch points. And to start with, people don't care when they first start seeing you. So I don't know what the latest research is, 7, 8, 19, 20. It doesn't really matter. It's a lot. And it feels like it's just going up yearly now, where it's like, oh, you need even more touch points. What I've found on the stage is people get to know us really quickly, especially if we're willing to be ourselves, like I mentioned before, and not just go into repetition mode. And from that trust, you can be making sales almost straight away. But there's two really clear values here for me. One is you can leverage stages that already exist, conferences, other people's stages, associations, whatever, where your people are already hanging out. Now, if you think about this, I don't know, let's say you want to work with school principals. For you to do direct outreach and contact 100 school principals is going to take a lot of time and probably a lot of money, let alone getting the contact details in the first place. If you can speak at something like an association for school principals, you've got direct access to at least 100 of them on the spot, and you've built so much trust that they're likely going to tell their friends about you as well. Whereas if you're just another person they meet inside a long string of things, that's easily forgotten. So I often say to people, when I first started running events, like free events that anyone can come along to just come and experience what I do, the marketing budget to put 100 people in the room in Australia was about $10,000. Now I'm like, consider that when you go and speak on someone else's stage, like you're getting thousands of dollars worth of marketing that's being done for you, and you just get to deliver who you are, what you're passionate about, and how you can serve people.
Yeah, I think that and goes a little bit more complicated because, for example, we also organize events all over the world in Singapore, Dubai, United Kingdom, Mexico, and Peru. And this is something more more complex to that, because, for example, I personally don't put anyone in my stage that I haven't listened to speak before. The reason for that is because, again, what you just said, the marketing budget for this type of events, I mean, 10,000 to put 100 people in the room sound about right. Yeah, that's more or less similar budget that we can put in, that it takes in pounds, United Kingdom. However, after you spend £10,000 in marketing, yeah, probably United Kingdom is way more than that. Yeah. So after you have these people there, you want the people on the whole event to have an amazing experience, right? And you want to capitalize on the audience the most as you can. Now, if you put someone to speak that doesn't have experience and doesn't know what they're doing, they're gonna have a huge impact in the whole event because the people will leave. Because I don't know in Australia, but in London, a free event, still people are giving you the weekend, they're giving you the time, which is really, really valuable, despite that that event is free. And if you don't provide an amazing experience for that audience, even if it's free, you will you won't make it to day two. And day one, after after launch, the room will be empty, right? So it get more complex, yeah, in terms of what is this transition to become a speaker. Everyone, a lot of people start for the misconception. Oh, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a multi-millionaire. You should put me to speak in your stage. It doesn't matter how successful or how wealthy you are, if you don't have the right training, and you cannot speak. Because you can without knowing you can have a really high negative impact on the event. So I think that on the other hand, like you said, there are audiences like associations, like charity, like school, well, where people can practice. Everybody can be a public speaker. Yeah, is I always share with people is a skill base. It's not a talent base. You know, if you're a singer, you have talent. Yeah, public speaking doesn't go in this category. It's like it's a skill base. The more you practice, the better you become. Yeah, I think when I do this conference in front of 2,000 people, after I finish, everybody's telling me, Harry, you're amazing. You're the best. I love your speech. It's so inspiring. And the only thing that I'm thinking is, well, you don't know I have done this 1,000 times. So I'm not good because I'm good. I'm good because I've done it so many times that you you develop the skill, right? This skill, which is exactly what we're sharing. One thing is speaking, the other thing is enrolling, the other thing is how to persuade your audience, so your audience buy into your product, buy into your idea. So I think that there is one exercise that I do in London that describe and articulate clearly what you just described. You know, I think that when we have a small events, 300, 500 people, I always ask the audience who's scared of public speaking. Remember, around 80% of the room raise their hand. The other 20% are so scared that they don't even raise their hand. And I always pick like 10 people, put them on stage, and say, okay, fine. Tell it to your audience, what's the name of your dad? Tell them what is the name of your mom. Tell them what is the name of your daughter, and how old is your daughter. And when I ask this question to everybody, all of a sudden, everybody that is terrified about public speaking, they are actually speaking really confident in front of 300 people. And I'm saying, how come this fear just disappear overnight? Yeah. So there is not such a thing as fear of public speaking. I think that the people there are speaking confident because they know that no one in the audience can challenge what they're saying. They know very well what is the name of the daughter. They know very well how old is the wife. They know very well of the topic that they are talking about. And they know that no one in the audience can challenge that. That's why they are speaking freely. They're speaking powerful, regardless that they have this huge fear of public speaking. So I think that we need to start, Miroslav, to share with all the entrepreneurs or everyone that is missing opportunities there, that if you know your topic and you're certain that no one in the audience can challenge the topic because you know very well what you're talking about, I think this is have a very positive impact to encourage more people to do public speaking. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think so. There's two layers for me. Yes, I do agree with you. When people know their topic, it's so much easier. And I think a lot of the unconfidence comes up if people have to speak on a topic they're unsure about. And I've also seen like people speaking about AI saying, I've been asked to speak about this, Miroslav, but I'm scared because I don't know everything. And I'm like, you're not going to know everything. Like, even if you're creating this stuff, you're not going to know everything. That's how quickly it's moving. And I think certain
About
aspects like
AI, yeah, absolutely.
you're just looking at where is the audience, And can I support them to go to the next level? Do I know more than them to be able to support them? And actually just having the confidence, if you don't, to point them in the right direction and say, this is where you can go to get more information, as opposed to feeling like you need to have every single answer on every single thing about
Absolutely. Yeah, that's very important. When let's talk about that. I think that you touched a really important point, right? When we do this conference eventually, where we travel around the world, we constantly ask them to the promoter, tell us about the audience. They say, no, you have to do a talk in the university. And there are university students, and we asking to the promoter, they are university students, what? They're in the first year, they are in the fifth year, there are boys, there are girls, are there engineers, are there lawyers, what they studying? We need to know all that, because the more we know about our audience, the more we can address the speech. I always share, don't put whatever you want to say in front of whatever your audience needs to hear. And is that information that sometimes in some countries when we speak, it comes to us really, really detailed and with enough time in advance. There is another country that will speak that actually we find out 100% who's there when actually we arrive. But as a speaker, you have to be able to switch and to be flexible, and also to learn how to read the audience. I think that biggest problem that we have in public speaking is that people spend a lot of time practicing the speech, practice what they can say. And I put an analogy, it's like when you drive in a car, some people drive in a car, they're speaking on the phone, so they're doing two things at the same time. This is how your speech should be. Your speech should be something that comes naturally to you, even if you're not thinking about why, because your 100% of the attention has to be in the audience. You have to have like a second layer, deep understanding that when you're talking, you have constantly had to be looking at the audience to see if they are engaging, to see if they are participating, to see if they don't have the phone, to see, because if at the moment that you start to speak and you see them that they're talking among themselves, they have the phone, they think there is something going on, and you have to be able to read that room very quickly and address the situation. The easiest way is to ask a question. Okay, what do you think about the topic? What would you like to learn? Yeah, sometimes when the audience, you start to talk and the audience is a little bit dispersed, just by simple tricks to ask few people in the audience what they would like to learn about what I'm covering today, the audience start to guide you. Okay, this is what we would love to learn about this, we love to learn about that, and you are like, that's interesting. So sometimes I do talks and I have a PowerPoint presentation prepared. and sometimes I do the talks and the PowerPoint presentation, actually, I never show it, because I start to speak, the audience start to interact, we start to ask questions, and I realize that this audience, they don't care about what I prepare.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.